Here's something we've had for a few years a few years ago. We got this thing called a Pythagoras cup. Do you remember it? Here's one which I picked up from via a friend. He comes from Samos, I think it is, in Greece. They called it Pythagoras because they reckoned that he was supposed to be the inventor of it. Do you ever read about that? Have a look at this. They say he actually invented this 2,500 years ago. I think that's possibly a bit of promotional work by the islanders and Samos. But anyway, it does actually work. So that's the main thing. And what happens is, and his idea was to give everyone an equal amount of wine. I've always known it as the greedy cup or the not too much mug. Because if you have a little bit and drink it, it's fine. A bit more, that's fine. But at a certain point, you're relatively greedy, and sometimes an accident occurs and it all spills out of the base. So I'll demonstrate that first, and then show the most interesting version I've ever come across, which is from Japan. So here we are. I've got a vessel here, and I'm going to put a bit of water in it, up to about there, and sink it there like that. And I can confirm it's London water. Very tasty. If I'm greedy and it's wine and something nice, I want a bit more. Okay, and oh, now an accident. It's formed. Yes, it's formed a siphon. So as soon as you go a certain point, the water rising up inside the column reaches the top, goes over the peak, and pours out and makes a mess. Here we go. Up to there, you're fine. And up to about there, you're just about fine, but you're in danger. You're in danger. And now, when you take it up to the top, oh, there's the accident. Can you see it pouring out? Look at that. And very, very quickly, it empties itself. And there's nothing in there. Nothing. The other ones are most made in Japan, but very contrasting. This is the same sort of design. It hasn't got a little pillar inside. It's got a very strange totem of some sort. I don't know what it is. But again, if you just put a bit of water in it, it's absolutely fine. It doesn't matter at all. Or a bit more than that. I could do about half up. Now, if I start getting a bit greedy and saying, have some more and some more and some more, I want a bigger share, reach a certain point and you're in trouble because, oops. Ooh, that actually is almost up at the very top before it decides to siphon. Look at it. It's all pouring out now. The water's rising up inside that funny little totem inside. Oh yes, it takes it all almost up to the top, whereas the Greek version is not quite so specific. But it has to come up to the top there, and then it punishes you. The last one is something I picked up. I think it was one of the professors who part of the puzzle party from Japan who gave this to me as a gift. It was given out at a puzzle party in Tokyo. It amazed me because what he gave me, without explaining it, was a standard little cup that they use for drinking sake in it. A sake cup. I've drank one of these when I first went to Japan in 1986. Hot sake, drunk, makes you very lightheaded very quickly. I remember that very clearly. So that's what it looked like. No sign of a pillar inside, no sign of much anything else. So will it behave like the same thing? I don't know. Shall we have a go? He said it does. So here we go. We'll put the stuff in, and up to about half full. It's still okay, and I can drink. If that's hot sake, I can very happily drink that. But if I be a bit greedy and say a bit more and a bit more, suddenly, as if from nowhere, because there's no pillar inside, it starts leaking out of the side there. Look, can you see? There's a little side hole I missed when I first picked it out of the case. And it goes on doing it. So because it's fairly slow, I'll tilt the rest of it out and show the interior and the exterior more carefully. We've got here 4 pieces of wood, a base, which is nothing much. It's got 3 side pieces, which are quite standard, but this one is very, very special, the one with the tannic, because inside there's a tiny hole at the bottom there. And outside it, there's a tiny hole at the bottom there. So inside the tiny hole in the bottom inside, there's a tube running up of a space of wood like that, and then down again and out again, forming the siphon breaker. And as you fill it up, that little side tube fills up as well, keeping level up with the liquid in the main vessel till it reaches a certain critical point, spills over, and starts the siphon going. So quite the best I've ever seen, because so different to have something where it already looks suspicious because it's got something in it you don't expect to find a drinking vessel with a large pillar inside. This one looks innocently like an absolutely standard sake cup, wooden sake cup, but it's actually got the same mechanism in it, very, very carefully hidden. I won't be drinking sake from this one. I don't think it's maybe too dangerous.